We back. I'm here on Mudae today, where we're talking about roles. We're talking about how many roles you get. When you have done your roles, Mudae will send you a message here that tells you how many roles you have. It's limited to a certain amount. And this, funnily enough, is how many roles you get in an hour. There are many ways of checking how many rolls you get in an hour, such as bonus. Bonus tells you how many rolls you're getting from your badges, from your Kakara loots, and from your Kakara towers. Of course, this is not the same as this, because you get some rolls by default, and you can check how many rolls you get by default by having a look in your server settings. On this server, we get 8 rolls per hour by default, which you can change with the set rolls command, as with all the things in settings. Now this depends on what game mode you're on and if you have server premium or not. If you have premium 2 on game mode 2, you can set it all the way up to 13. As you can see, I do not have server premium, so my set rolls is at 8, which is the maximum. If you change the game mode, so I'm going to change it to 1 here, and you type the command again, you see you get different values, because you actually get less rolls in game mode 2 as you do in game mode 1, to balance out the fact that more stuff is disabled. Overall, I would still recommend using game mode 2, despite the fact that you get less rolls. But this isn't what we're here to talk about today, because what you will also notice is that there is a minimum value. The minimum value is set rolls 2. You cannot have less than 2 rolls by default. Now, because I have all of these rolls from my bonus here, even if I set the rolls to 2, I would actually still get 29 an hour because I'm getting loads from upgrades. However, the minimum number of rolls has changed over the years. It used to be 3, now it's 2, and there has also been a couple of, shall we say, API issues that have caused it to be reduced temporarily. All of these things combined results in this message here, which I tested back a couple of years ago. You can see at the start of 2021, and I managed to get the bot to tell me that I had -4 rolls per hour, which I did. You will see that I refunded all my badges before checking this. I changed to game mode 1 in order to actually reduce the rolls a little bit further, because normally you get more in game mode 2, but because of certain things that were going on out the time, such as the API issues, you would get less in game mode 1, and it was reduced further because of bot high traffic. All of these things combined let you get -4 rolls per hour. Now, I'm pretty sure this isn't possible anymore. I'm pretty sure the lowest you can get it is maybe 0 rolls per hour. I do think you can still get it to 0. I think you can get it less than 2, but I don't think you can get it less than 0, and it may not even be possible to get less than 2. I'm not going to test it now. The point is, this used to be possible a couple of years ago, and it's kind of funny. Being as how this is kind of old now and isn't really the case, I figured I would make a video just telling you guys about it, because it's kind of funny and I enjoy it, and a lot of people probably didn't know that this is actually a thing that happens. You can have negative rolls per hour. However, one thing that I am going to tell you is that this is not necessarily a bad thing. As with all settings on Mudae, they will advantage some players and disadvantage others. Having negative rolls per hour is not necessarily bad, because you still get your bonus. Got my 27 extra rolls per hour on this server. Even once you -4, that's still 23. It's pretty much unaffected. We're pretty good there. But a new player coming onto the server, well, they literally can't roll, right? They're going to have to sit and collect DK until they've bought out Sapphire 4 and a tower level in order to even roll once per hour. They're going to have to snipe all of their Kakara reactions and claims of other players. It's going to be awful for them. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing that, because your new players will hate you. But the point is, gives advantages to some and disadvantages to other. Because if you're making the Kakara experience so hard for the new players, well, the old players are going to get everything, aren't they? They're sitting there with their 23 rolls per hour or however many, and they basically don't care at all. They're going and claiming every waifu that they get, and they're very happy about it. The new players are the ones that are screwed over. And so it's settings like this, settings like the set rolls command, that actually have a big impact on which players are more advantaged on your server. If you set it as high as possible, which in this case on this server is 8, then the new players are advantaged as much as possible. Of course, people with upgrades are still going to have more roles and they're still going to do better, but the new players at least get those 8 that they can then use. If you've got server premium and you're in game mode 1, they can have a whole 18. That's loads of roles, and that's without any upgrades. That will then disadvantage players that do have upgrades because it devalues their upgrades a bit. And this basically goes for all the settings here. You've got like set claim. If you set that really low, that'll benefit the new players more because it means that RT is less valuable. If you reduce the timer on set timer, it will buff the people with Kakara loots and wish protect because it means higher percentage of the timer will be there for them to use their wish protect, although it will also mean that they have to claim instantly and they can't do all of their however many rolls all at once, etc, etc. There's a lot of settings here and all of them affect some players differently from others. That's the point. You've got to balance your server however you want to balance it, and I'm not here to talk about that today. I mostly just wanted to show you the cool negative roles thing because it is cool, and I feel like probably not many people know about it anymore because I don't think you can get negative 4 roles anymore. Unfortunately, I don't think it's possible, which is a real shame. But anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about today. Fun little fact for you there about the negative roles, and also, hey, server settings exist. You should fiddle about with them and do stuff. Anyway, I will be ending this video here. Bye!